I knew at last what stood before me. I'm longing for you. But you were kind, everyone that holds the forest in its shape. He told me how the silver works, not metal only, but old intent bound into it, made to reach what they are, even through leather, even through care. After that, the days moved quietly. We did not meet at every dusk, but when we did, something in the air grew easier. He spoke of borders, watch and duty, of what must hold, of what must never fail. And one evening I asked him what remained. When no one needed him as Alpha, the question stayed in him a long while. Then at last he told me there were hours when he carved the wood, shaping silence with his hand. I said I would have liked to see it, nothing more, or so I meant it. Then days later, where a wise trained I found a small bird left for me, blue wing, light in form, alive in every careful line. And something in my chest gave way, because no title had placed it there. No duty, no command, only a thought of me carried in his hands. That was the hour I understood my heart had crossed before I knew. When I saw him next, I thanked him and asked why he had chosen that bird. He said some creatures bring brightness without asking leave to shine, but some seem frail until they move, and then a whole place feels more living. He said there are returns the body knows before the mind agrees. And as he spoke, my breath betrayed me. My pulse rose hard beneath my skin. At once I saw it reach him to a sharpened stillness in his frame, as if my smallest weakness had become impossible to hide. So to spare us both, I told him it was unfair that he alone could read what moved in me, while I was left to guess. And then he said, if ever I wish to know, I had only to ask, because he would not lie. After that, the silence changed, not empty, not kind, but close enough to hold a breath. I could feel how carefully he held himself, as if restraint alone kept something greater from the air. And I stepped without becoming.